In this video, we will solve few multiple choice questions. This question is the value of RL for the maximum power to be received by it in ohms is. Maximum power transfer theorem states us that maximum power will be delivered by a source to a load resistance when load resistance is equal to internal resistance of the source looking back into the network. That means in order to solve this problem, we have to Theveninize the circuit to the left of terminals A and B. Now, Thevenin's equivalent circuit is simply like this one: a voltage source of value VTH in series with a resistance RTH. Okay, now this equivalent circuit is between terminals A and B. And finally, I have to connect a load resistance RL. Now for maximum power, RTH must be equal to RL or RL must be equal to RTH. That means here our objective is to find out RTH of this circuit. Now RTH is Thevenin's equivalent resistance which is measured looking back into the network. And while measuring this resistance, we have to remove all energy sources. If voltage source is there, we have to replace that voltage source by short circuit, and if current source is there, we have to replace it by open circuit. So our equivalent circuit for finding the value of RTH is like this one. So this voltage source is replaced by short, whereas this 10 ohm resistance is as it is, whereas this current source is replaced by open circuit. So these are the 2 points A and B. So looking back into the network, how to measure RTH. So these values are 5 ohm, 10 ohm, and this is 10 ohm. So since I want to measure the resistance from right to left, my simplification should be from left to right. That means the value of RTH is equal to 10 plus 5 parallel 10. That means this 5 and 10 are in parallel, and that parallel combination is in series with 10. So this value comes out to be 10 plus, so it is 5 into 10 divided by 5 plus 10. So you have 10 plus 50 by 15. So this comes out to be 10 plus 3.33. So your final answer for RTH is 13.33 ohm. Now this RTH and RL should be same. That means your option for this particular problem is B. The problem statement is the voltage drop across 5 ohm resistance is. So this voltage we have to calculate. So here we can have the option like say node analysis. So if I use node analysis method, so here a thumb rule is I will assume all the unknown currents leaving from the node. So if I'm having say this current I1, this is I2, and this is I3. So from this node X, all three currents are leaving away from the node. That means my KCL equation at node X is I1 plus I2 plus I3, that is equal to 0. The sum of all living currents is equal to 0. Now we will place the values of these three currents. Now I1 is nothing but the current flowing through 5 ohm. So current is potential difference, which is V1 minus 20 divided by resistance value. So that is 5 plus current I2 is current flowing through 10 ohm. So it is V1 minus 0 divided by 10 plus current I3 is nothing but current flowing through this series combination. So it is V1 minus 0 divided by 30, and that is equal to 0. Now we have to solve this equation. So if I take the LCM 30, then I have 6V1 minus 120. That means what I'm doing is I'm multiplying this entire equation with the LCM 30. Okay, so that is the meaning. So 6V1 minus 120 plus 3V1 plus V1, that is equal to 0. So you have 6V1 plus 3V1 plus V1, that is nothing but 10V1 minus 120 is equal to 0. So V1 is equal to 12 volt. Okay, now the question is to find out the voltage drop across 5 ohm resistance. So voltage drop across 5 ohm resistance is equal to this voltage at this end, left side your voltage is 20 ohm, 12 volt. That means voltage drop across 5 ohm is 20 minus V1, that is 12. So V5 ohm comes out to be 8 volt. Now you can have another option for the same problem. Suppose you are solving this problem by using say mesh analysis. Now for mesh analysis, what you have to do is you have to assume the number of loops. Now here the loops are 2. Now if you look for this circuit, you have 2 loops. Okay, loop 1 and loop 2. So this is loop 1. So the same problem we are solving using mesh analysis. Now the next step is how to assume the loop currents. Remember, we are assuming the loop currents, not the branch currents. Say I1 and I2 are the two currents. Then I have to apply KVL to loop 1. So when I am applying KVL to loop 1. Now what is KVL? Kirchhoff's voltage law, which states algebraic summation of current around the closed path, that is equal to 0. So if we use the concept of self and mutual resistance, so for loop 1, your self resistance is 5 plus 10, its drop is multiplied by I1, whereas the mutual resistance is 10. Now since I1 and I2 are flowing in opposite direction, we have minus sign, that is equal to plus 20. So because this 20 volt source is delivering the current in the same direction to that of loop current, that's why we'll take this to be plus. So it is a 15 I1 minus 10 I2 is equal to 20. So this is your first equation. So if I apply KVL to loop 2, so for loop 2, you have the self resistance 10 plus 10 plus 20, that is 40 I2 is the drop, minus 10 I1, it is the drop across the mutual resistance. Now there is no source in the loop 2, so you have the right side equal to 0. That means if I solve these two equations, then whatever the current is there, current I1 and I2, that means we have to solve equations 1 and 2 either by using Cramer's rule, or you can use straightaway calculator. So your answer comes out to be I1 and I2. These two values are I1 is 1.6 ampere, whereas I2 is 0.4 ampere. Now the question is to find out voltage drop across 5 ohm. That means V5 ohm, by using the Ohm's law, it is nothing but 5 ohm multiplied by current flowing through 5 ohm. Now current flowing through 5 ohm is nothing but I1. So it is 5 ohm multiplied by I1, that is 1.6 ampere. So this is equal to 8 volt. That means either you can use the node analysis or mesh analysis. Your answer is set. So here the correct option is option A. Here problem statement is a connection is made with resistance A in series with a parallel combination of B and C resistances. Three resistors of values 10, 5 and 2 ohms are provided. Consider all possible permutations of the given resistances. Identify the configuration with maximum value of overall resistance and minimum value of overall resistance. And then we have to determine the ratio of maximum to minimum value of the resistors. So if we is from GATE 2017. So if we read the description, three resistances are given A, B and C, and the connection is like this one. Resistance A is in series with a parallel combination of B and C. That means whatever the statement part is there, that statement part we have to convert into an equivalent circuit. Point X instead of A, I will take X and Y. So here resistances are A, B and C. Now in the first case, we have to select the values. Three values are given: 10 ohm, 2 ohm and 5 ohm. Now in the first possible configuration, value of Rxy should be maximum. So this A is in series with parallel combination of B and C. So obviously my A value should be maximum. So here I should take 10 ohm and remaining two values I can take here, that is 2 ohm and 5 ohm. So that means Rxy comes out to be 10 plus 2 parallel 5. Okay, so this value is 10 plus 2 into 5 divided by 2 plus 5. So that is equal to 10 plus 10 divided by 7. So this value comes out to be 11.428. So if you solve this one, it comes out to be 11.428 ohm. Okay, so this is one thing. Now second is, this is the maximum value Rxy. Now in order to calculate a minimum value, okay, now since again this connection is series, for minimum here I should take the minimum value, that is nothing but 2, whereas here I can take the value 10 now. Are you getting this one? That means here, since I need Rxy minimum, one series resistance should be minimum. So it is now calculation is 2 plus 10 parallel 5. And if you calculate this one, that minimum value comes out to be 5.333 ohm. Okay, that means as per the data that is given, three resistances A, B, C, and these three resistances are connected with this combination A in parallel in series with B and C. We got two values Rxy and Rxy minimum. Now the question is the ratio. The ratio Rxy maximum to Rxy minimum. This comes to be 11.428 divided by 5.333. So this ratio comes out to be 2.143. Now since it is the ratio, it is not having any unit. So option B is the correct answer. That means what precaution you have to take is, you have to read the question carefully, convert the statement into circuit and then do the calculations. The problem statement is the power consumed by 2 ohm resistance. Here the problem statement is the power consumed by 2 ohm resistance. Okay, so here we have to calculate power consumed or power dissipated. So power is nothing but I square R or V square by R. Basically you have V into I. So these are the three equations for power. So basic equation is, it is the product of voltage into current. So if I calculate the voltage at this point, at this node. Suppose this is V. So in order to calculate voltage at this point is nothing but node. So node is a point which is common to different branches, different elements. So easily I can use node analysis method. So in node analysis, what we are doing? We are finding the nodal voltages. Again, I will assume the currents living away from the nodes. So three currents are there. Say it is I1, I2 and I3. So KCL equation at node say X. So if I write this to be say node X, then that KCL equation is all three currents are living. So I1 plus I2 plus I3, that is equal to 0. So current I1 is the potential difference. So it is V minus 28 by 4 plus I2 is this current. So it is V minus 0 by 2 plus I3 is this current. So it is V minus 7 by 1, that is equal to 0. So if I take the LCM, and the meaning of LCM is this entire equation I am multiplying with that LCM 4. So what you are getting is V minus 28 plus 2V plus 4V minus 28, that is equal to 0. Because when I am multiplying this with 4, my right side is equal to 0. So here, so this is V plus 2V, that is 3V plus 4V, that is 7V is equal to 56. So V is equal to 8 volt. Now whatever the power is there, power consumed by 2 ohm with the formula V square by R. So V square is 8 square is 64 divided by R is 2. So that comes out to be 32 watts. Okay, so whatever your option B is there, that B option is correct. Now, if somebody want to use the mesh analysis, again that option is available to you. Suppose this is your mesh 1, here mesh 2. Now I will assume the mesh current or the loop currents. So let this be I1 and I2 are the two loop currents. Okay. So what I'm doing is here I'm giving the option. So if I apply now KVL, now this current is say I1, this is say I2. So if I apply KVL to loop 1, so for loop 1 your self resistance is 4 plus 2, that is 6I1 minus mutual is 2I2, that is equal to 28. This is your equation number 1. Now if you apply the KVL to loop 2, now here self resistance is 3I2 is the drop. So this is 2 and 1. 2 plus 1 is 3I2 minus mutual resistance is 2. The current is I1, that is equal to, now this battery is forcing the current in this direction, whereas the loop current is in opposite direction. So here you have minus 7. That means now if you solve these two equations, the value of I1, again you can use either Cramer's rule or straightaway calculator. So there you have to go select the mode as equation, then the two variables, place the values 6 minus 2 28, then minus 2 3 minus 7. You will get the I1 is equal to 5 ampere. I2 you will get 1 ampere. Okay, that means now the current flowing through 2 ohm I have to calculate. I2 ohm is equal to, see I1 current, now 2 ohm resistance is like this one. Here is 2 ohm resistance. So I1 is current flowing downward. So this is the I1 current, whereas I2 current is flowing upward. That means current flowing through 2 ohm is nothing but I1 minus I2. Now this current is equal to 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4 ampere. Okay, so current flowing through 2 ohm by using this mesh analysis. The method we have used is the mesh analysis. Now power consumed by 2 ohm. So power here formula I will use is I 2 ohm square multiplied by 2 ohm. Okay, so power is current square into resistance. So this is equal to, so I 2 ohm is 4. So 4 square is 16 into resistance 2. This is equal to 32 watts. Okay, that means if you solve the problem using node analysis, your answer is 32 watts. And if you solve the problem by using the mesh analysis, again the answer is 32 watts. Okay, now you have to practice for a particular method so that quickly you can get the answer. Thank you.